Good morning, Tehmina Khan is here in TKMaths is Fun. In today's video, we will start the lesson on M1, which is A-Level Mathematics. It is paper 4, code is 9709. So in this series of videos, I will explain mechanics in detail from beginning till end. So it is a paper of 1 hour 15 minutes of 50 marks. And it has 6 to 8 structure questions. According to the syllabus, these are the topics: forces and equilibrium, kinematic of motions in a straight line, momentum, Newton's law of motion, and energy, work and power. Now, what are the subtopics in these 5 topics I have explained here? It is very important that you read all this. So these words, terminologies, you come across multiple times and you will get used to and comfortable with them. So in forces and equilibrium, the concepts we will cover are vector nature of the force, component of forces, resultant of forces, particle is in equilibrium, contact force between two surfaces which are normal force and frictional force, coefficient of friction, limiting equilibrium, Newton's third law of motion. So in forces and equilibrium, these are the subtopics which are covered. Then second topic, which is kinematic of motion in a straight line, the concept which will be covered are distance, speed, scalar quantities, and displacement, velocity and acceleration as a vector quantities. Then we will study displacement time graph, velocity time graph, and then differentiation and integration with respect to displacement, velocity and acceleration. And then constant acceleration formulae. Then in momentum, these are the two concepts which are studied: linear momentum, conservation of linear momentum. Now Newton's law of motion, linear motion of the particle, action of constant force including friction, tension, inextensible string, thrust in a connecting rod, mass and weight relationship in particle moving vertically and on the inclined plane with constant acceleration, and motion of the connected particle. Now in connected particle, we studied about the string, inextensible string passes over a smooth pulley. Now this pulley could be on the table, hanging, or on the ramp. So different situation we will see with respect to smooth pulley. Either it is on the rough surface or the smooth surface, the particle which will be connected with the pulley, and a car towing a trailer by means of either a light rope or light rigid tow bar. And the last is energy, work and power, work done by a force, potential energy and kinetic energy, principle of conservation of energy and power, and relationship between power, force and velocity. Now these are the subtopics in context of the syllabus. Now the very important concept here is, or the understanding, how to study in which order so that you are able to attempt the past paper question. In mechanics, the important thing is past paper questions are not specifically from one topic in very few cases. Mostly they are interconnected. So it is not possible that you complete one topic and you are able to solve past paper question in very few cases. So the order in which I will explain my lessons. So first lesson, which will have further videos, maybe 2 or 3 videos depending, will be totally on vectors. So my first video on the lessons will be vectors, and it will cover these concepts: resultant of vector, what is vector representation, what is unit vector, addition of vector, magnitude of vector, resolving vector, product, and scalar product from vectors in component form. Right. Then second lesson will be on distance, velocity and acceleration. Now the order in which I am teaching here is not the same order as in the syllabus, but you will be able to cover the whole concept and you will be able to apply the concept in the past paper questions. Constant speed and constant velocity, average speed, uniform acceleration formulae, free fall under gravity, graphical representation of distance, velocity and acceleration graph, and setting up a mathematical model of a real situation. Then lesson 3 will cover 3 laws of Newton, and then in context of that, connected particles and pulley systems. And lesson 4 will be on the resultant and component of forces. So resultant of two forces, parallelogram law of forces, resultant of any number of forces, component, and resultant from sum of those components. Then lesson 5 will be, now this lesson 5 is on equilibrium and acceleration under concurrent forces. So triangle of forces, polygon of forces, forces in equilibrium, Lami's theorem, particle in equilibrium under more than 3 forces, system involving more than one particle, motion of a particle on a plane. Then about friction, which is lesson number 6, rough and smooth surfaces, limiting equilibrium, coefficient of friction, laws of friction, rough inclined plane, angle of friction is not part of the course, right? Then work, energy and power. Work done by a constant force, work done by against gravity, work done against gravity and friction, what is energy, what is the principle of conservation of energy, equivalence of work and energy, work done by force acting in a direction different to that of the motion of the body, and power. And in the last, we will study momentum, which will include momentum itself and collision. So in this order, you will see the lessons, and in between, I will keep incorporating the past paper questions where it is possible to completely solve it with the help of the concept we have learned. So let's start in the next video, lesson number 1, which is on vectors. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I will keep adding the link of the previous video, the next videos in the previous videos, as I will keep uploading. Thank you very much. Take care, and don't forget to subscribe and press icon so